All right, welcome on into Off the Edge, the podcast with me, your host, Cam Jordan. I'm over here sitting rather warm in New Orleans, where it may be cold in some parts of the world, and I have to go visit that Midwest life this Monday playing stupid Green Bay. And I only say stupid because it's stupid cold out there. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'll wrap that up at the end of the session. I'm wearing my Cal scarf because it's about the House of Pain, which the house is where our women's and men's basketball teams play over at Cal. And that's just, my school pride showing out. Speaking of school pride, a man who is finishing his career where he started his college career. Calais Campbell, 100-sack Calais Campbell, 6-time Pro Bowl Calais Campbell, 2010s All-Decade NFL defensive end Calais Campbell, the man, the myth, the big bro, the man who, again, started at the U of Miami, probably at the tail end of what was the U, and now finishing in Miami, Dolphins. How you are, big dog?
Man, I'm great, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought we was back this year, man. I thought we was gonna win it all this season, man. I was disappointed they left us out of the playoffs, but we lost the big games though. We almost lost the Cal, which is crazy. 'Cause I thought we was
Man,
gonna beat the brakes off y'all.
when I
My
tell you,
bad.
I had the highest hopes for Cal football, and I was like, hell yeah. I was like, we starting off strong, but we've never been able to travel well. Like if you would have came to us, would have loved it. Shut the doors. We can't travel down the street, So we're bowl eligible. We'll take it this year. That's a stepping stone. But yeah, it's not pretty for you guys. You guys, Cam Ward looked like he was going to be the Heisman, quarterback trophy holder, lead them to greatness, and then things happen. Still electric though.
Yeah,
Still
yeah.
electric.
I feel like there should be a lot more parity in football now that they got NIL because now the guy who's the seventh, eighth best player on like one of those more premier teams, he gonna go get paid like the best player, on smaller schools, and the smaller schools can pay money. They got the money to compete. So now it's gonna be more like the NFL where no any team could be any team, right? You take the worst team in football, play against the best team in football in NFL, and it's gonna be a match. If that team don't come with it, they can lose.
How do you feel about this NIL world? Like, I'm good with the kids getting
Jealous?
paid. I'll say I'm phenomenal with the kids getting paid. It's the ability to transfer every year, like what you just said, free agency. Like, all right, transfer once, cool. Transfer twice, there's got to be a penalty. Like, come on, how many free cards can you get?
I mean, but honestly though, if you think about it from a business standpoint, I would enter the transfer portal every year because at the end of the day, that's where I figure out what my value is. It's like if you could be a free agent every season. After every NFL season, I get to be a free agent, and I can see what my value is. I can opt out of any contract and be like, you know what? Last year that's paying me 15 million. This year let me go see what they want to pay me this year. Might get 15, might get 20. It's like
Might get 10. Stay your ass home.
true, true, true. But if you go out there and ball and you have a big year, like why not? So I get it, but it does suck because college is supposed to be. It was supposed to be, the amateur, like we just love ball, playing for the love of the game, and now
Yeah,
you made it into a
a
mini
business.
NFL. Yeah, it's a
It's a
business.
business. It's a business now. We're making business decisions. My dad said, my mom said, I feel like I need to get paid X. Oh, like, okay, we get it. You good right now. I thought the goal was always the NFL, but that feels like that's switching up now too. Kids are staying in college for 7, 8 years, and I'm like, how does he still have eligibility?
Because he's getting paid. I would stay in college as long as possible too. If I was making more money in college, I'd make it NFL. And like, I mean, and not everybody, right? There's only a
Who?
few guys.
Right.
Only a few guys get paid more. But you can make an argument though that a guy that's getting paid top dollar has to go to the NFL and say you're a second round pick. You're going to play for league minimum, which $760,000 for league minimum. Versus in college, you can make a couple mil. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of hard. Like now, I could also argue that once you get through the first 4 years and you get to that second contract, you make more in the NFL than you can in college, and it's probably better to get to that earning potential in the NFL for longer than in college. But you can make an argument though for either side.
I don't know if you can. If you're a first rounder, you making more in the NFL than you'll ever make in NIL. Even the 12, 13, $14 million deals is over a prorated 4 to 5 years. So at the end of the day, you still making 3, 4 mil versus if you a first round top 10, you making 4 to 5. And then you
Yeah,
get your second contract. And now we're talking about exponentials.
But there are second round picks getting paid top dollar in college. You know, I mean, there's only 32
Facts.
first round picks.
These are facts.
You know, so I get
Yeah.
it though. Fair argument, fair.
Yeah. Like I've seen both sides. I'm just like, all right, for the growth of the game, I think that's what's being affected. Because again, if you're transferring every year, you sort of incur like the fan favorites. That lazy like loyalty of, all right, well, I bleed blue and gold, or you bleed, orange and green, or whatever it is. We got guys on the team that are like, oh yeah, let's call it our quarterback Spencer Rattler. 2 years at Oklahoma, 2 years at
South Carolina.
University of South Carolina. I almost said USC. I was like, that's not a thing. There's only one USC, and it's the
This is
University
true.
of Southern California, and I won't accept anything else. But he goes over to University of South Carolina. It's like, so he sort of had to pivot and go, and I get that. But there's other guys like that go to 3 or 4 schools. Where's the loyalty there? Like, where's the what do you give back to? What do you rest your hat on? I'm
Hey,
of X. Yeah, exactly.
you just triggered a thought.
Mark.
I gotta go with you. Just triggered a thought because the Pac-12 gets dismantled, right? It no longer exists. You know, in USC,
Gone.
Cal, all you great schools that were there. But it's funny to me because I feel like all the teams that were in the Pac-12 are the best teams in football right now. Not all of them, but I mean, Oregon
Balling.
went to the Big Ten and dominated. Uh, I
Love it.
mean,
Love it.
last year Washington was in the championship and and lost, but I
They
mean,
were there.
in the Pac-12, low key, there's a couple years back, I guess you could argue they weren't very strong, but for them to get dismantled as strong as they've been, it's kind of crazy to me. But new beginnings, baby, new beginnings, mega conferences, Power Four, the 12-team playoffs.
Our school's gonna be playing each other every year now. Like, we're the West Coast as it gets. Northern California Golden Bears. We borderline. Berkeley borderlines. Oakland and San Francisco flies down to Carolina two times this year.
Yeah,
Carolina and Miami and Florida, Miami. I'm like, what are we doing,
yeah,
guys? That
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
it doesn't make no sense for me. But beyond the business model, just in terms of loyalty, longevity, bro, this is year 17 with 3 weeks left. How are you feeling? How is the body feeling?
Hey, I I feel okay.
Hey, how you start off laughing?
Cause you know how I feel. Like
Man,
you're a couple years younger, but you know how your body feel.
I
Just add a
feel
little
no.
bit more because this year.
This is crazy. I probably feel the best I've ever felt at this part of the year than I have in a long time. Because
Yeah. So this is the
I've
first time playing Let's Plays though.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I ain't never not had full games worth of plays. I've never not been an 80 to 90 to 100% of the game type player. So now they're in this, whatever you want to call it for the Saints, testing module, this experiment season. There was one game I think I had like 10 reps, 12 reps. And
Wow.
I said, oh no, I think it's
Oh
time to get
wow.
that. I said, okay,
Oh,
the Saints have turned their page, and I might have to turn
the
my page on
pride.
the Saints.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
that's so heartbreaking though, because I mean, when you think about the
heartbreaking.
Saints in this era, I mean, Drew Brees and you are the two guys I think about the most. You
Right.
throw Vilma in there back, but that's the previous era. This era, I mean, that's what I think about from
Yeah.
my days playing football. And so it's kind of crazy,
Yeah.
but I mean, everything comes to an end. That's how it goes.
Hey, the league will tell you exactly where you are. Now you pivot when things don't work out that way. You need a run stopping defensive end. Hey, and now we're back.
Hey,
Now we're back at 40 something plays a game, and I'm
yeah,
like,
and you,
and you just feel vindicated. You're like, come on, man, this is what needs to happen to stop the run and have some fun. Duh.
as a player that's been in your shoes, and you've played in one place longer than I've ever played anywhere. But I had 9 years in Arizona. Went, had a new beginning. A new beginning sometimes gives you a burst of energy and new excitement, and you have a lot more success again. And then they kicking themselves in the butt for letting you go. And then I went to Baltimore, and then even in Atlanta last year, I don't think anybody thought I was gonna be as good as I was, and even this year. I went through free agency for a long time, didn't really get a lot of calls. And then, funds started heating up. I had about 4 teams that were interested. But and then it's crazy at the trade deadline. I have 6 teams trying to trade for me, but during the free agency, I couldn't get a call.
Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. Look, you know what time it is. As the season progresses, it's like, all right, do I still want to work on this experimental, or do I still want to develop, or do I want to know what's a surefire? Like early in the season, it's always like, oh, I think he could work out. This could look good. It always looks nice and new when it's when it's new and shiny. But you're like, oh, this is the model that has proven to work. This is my old reliable, and we know it works. I'd
Consistency,
rather know
baby.
it works. Yeah,
You know what
consistency
you're
is key.
getting. And I get it's a young man's game. Like the future, you could get
Allegedly,
a guy and they develop and become a good player. Because at one time we was rookies, and then somebody had to take a chance on us. They hands that was playing good ball, and they had to give us opportunity, and we showed we can ball. And there's gonna be some guys that come around. There's a Michael Parsons, a Chop Robinson who's playing good ball for us. There's a couple guys that hit every couple of years. Guys hit, but it is crazy though because I mean you can hope and wish you get one of them, but you know what you got with us.
right?
And we all faithful, baby. Like it's guaranteed. Now I get that. I remember a couple years back, I had a GM pretty much tell me that guys fall off a cliff when they turn 30. And I'm like, I hear what you're saying, and you're right. That's the majority of the time that does happen. But I haven't fell off a cliff, and all I could go off of is what I know, my history. I work hard. I have a bodywork. I have a team of bodywork specialists to make sure I'm out there on the field available. I've been available throughout my whole career. I know that one day it's gonna come to an end, but I can only back off my history. When I was 30, you might have thought I was done. I wasn't.
Right.
31, same thing. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. Now I'm 38, and I'm like, I mean, I get it. But the history in my 30s tell you that I'm still that dude.
Right. Hey, these are factuals. Yeah, you got them little ones out there going.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You know how it go, man. It's a
Hey,
day off, man.
hey, I got 4 of them. I understand. That's why I try and get done right around 3 when the kids come home. I'm trying to be there for all that on the off day. So I don't go a couple weeks of, oh, where's dad, bro? That's I think the only thing more taxing than losing is coming home, and after you're losing, the kids are like, all right, let's go play, let's go play, let's go play, and then hit you on an off day like, dad, we don't hang out enough. Baby, right after the game, even though we lost, we still went to go eat as a family. We still played before you went to sleep. The off day, I'm still there. Like, what do you mean we don't hang out enough?
Man, as soon as I
When the
walk,
off season comes, you get bored of me. You're like, when can you go to work? But now we're in season. They short term memory.
not enough. Not enough. Yeah,
It's
not
never
enough.
enough.
What have you done for me lately, baby? Just like NFL, where these kids that don't care.
They don't
What have you
care.
done for me lately? Oh man,
The
I
little
do love
babies
this
and
feeling
GMs
now.
are the same people. What have you done for me today? Not the last week. Today.
Oh man, I love them, man. I walk through the door, bro. My kids in my arms immediately, man, and it's a joy. Even when I'm sore, I'm hurting. I got to get on the floor. I got to wrestle, man. We got to throw them up. So I walk through the door. My kids they want all the smoke,
Yeah.
but I see Kobe Bryant say this actually. He was like, I ain't gonna cheat the game. So I'm gonna go and bust my tail and I'm gonna make sure I'm bald. I'm not gonna cheat the game.
Mm.
And the same thing when I get home, I can't keep my kids though. So if I got to miss out on sleep, if I got whatever it is, I'm gonna make sure I show up and be there for my kids. And I try to do the same thing, man. My kids they get all of me, but then the game also gets all of me. So one day I'm gonna retire and I'm gonna be I got all the time in the world to do whatever I want. But right now, you gotta suck it up and get it done.
Oh, that boy said one day, which means we're looking at season 18. Don't get me started.
I ain't saying that.
You're
I
the
ain't
man that
saying
keep
that.
on going. That's not
I ain't
what you
saying
said
that.
though. You said one day I'm gonna have to retire. You didn't say after this season. You ain't say, you left it open.
That's
That's why
fair. That's fair.
you one of my heroes, bro. Because at 38, I will be hard pressed. Jesus and I will have a real conversation.
Hey man, hey, you'd be surprised what you got inside you though. I mean, it's just a desire to want to keep going. If you want to, you still be a dog.
Yeah,
The Cam Jordan I
absolutely. Look,
know, you still be a dog.
hey, the way this season happened, when I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take me about 15. I might go after about 10 sacks this year to go, and then I ain't see but 3 defensive end pass rush reps in the middle of the season. I said, wait a minute. I said, wait, I'm more pissed now than I've ever been before. So I let that fuel fire me up. Like
Would
like
would would you go inside and race and rush from the inside in the three technique on
I've
pass
been.
sets?
That's the pass rush that I've sort of. I don't even know if I earned it. They was throwing my way like, hey Cam, you look, you're gonna get more one-on-ones with 3 technique. No, I'm not. The
Oh,
tackle
double team
pushes the
different.
hey bro, the tackle pushes off the you got to now account for slides. You don't have to count for slides when you're a defensive end.
Oh man, it's so different, bro. It's crazy how
Bruh,
different it is. Nobody even
it's
knows.
it's night and day. And they're like, well, why aren't you shining? Because I'm in pitch black darkness. I don't know how to shine
Yeah, you gotta
at
get
this
used
spot.
to it, man. You
Man,
develop
like
it though. You gotta get reps.
that's
Start running
exactly what
games.
it is.
Some games help you out too. Open games, open the door for you,
Man, you got to develop it at year 14. What the hell? Let's prove it.
man.
What's proven is proven. What's not proven is unknown. Guess where I'm at? I'm in the unknown, in the abyss. But anyways,
Yeah.
but when you think about it, like when we talked about, just a possibility, how much does the outcome of the season play into whether you keep playing or not? Like you're in Miami. You're where you probably always wanted to be back to at some point. Now that you're here, like what does that leave for you? Like,
If we
record is
if we
six.
if we think about it from like if we keep it at 100, you know, I'm going to chase a ring, you know, and so like it's kind of hard because I'm thinking like, oh man, you know, go to Miami, great offense, you know. I know my D-line coach, Anthony Weaver, the defense coordinator, my D-line coach at Baltimore. I know he's gonna be a good defensive coordinator. Come out here, play good defense with the offense being as potent as it was. You know, we'll go out here and we'll, you know, have a shot, you know, have a realistic shot. And you know, I don't think anybody thought the season would be like it is. You know, I mean, 6-8. You know, we still got a shot. You know, like I think we got like 5%, 6% chance of making the playoffs, which we both know is highly unlikely. You know, I mean, I'm just, you know, it is what it is.
You're not eliminated, so you're still fighting.
Well,
You're
yeah,
still
of
fighting.
course, you know, but you know, we win last week. We're, you know, a 40, 50, you know, a lot better chance. You
Right.
know, especially, you know, but it just is what it is. But I am playing this game because I wanted to win the ring, and so like I also want to be effective. I want to be one of the reasons why we win the ring. I don't want to just ride somebody's coattails and go get a ring. I want to be on the field making plays while we go and dominate and win the Super Bowl. And so you know that competitive drive is there. This year, I do feel a little different. You know, I mean, I've been in position to make some plays, and I'm like, man, I just can't make these plays like I used to. Like I beat a guy, quick swim, shoot a gap, and I'm in the backfield and I'm trying to sweep at a running back's feet, and he, you know, running for like another 3-4 yards. I'm like, man, this used to be like, you know, like forced fumbles, like big time plays, and so that like it gets me thinking about like, can I still take over a game? Because I don't want to just be a guy out there. I want to be a guy that's a difference maker, and so you know, it's something to think about. You know, I go through my process and take my time and see how my body feels, but man, it's gonna be hard to walk away. But it might be
Look,
time. I don't know.
look. I saw you a few weeks ago. We was like the same bodywork guy. You know, like how many? When you say you got a team of bodywork, what does that look like? Like you know me, I've got like a chiropractor here, and then I got the chiropractor whatever he is out in Davie. You know, and then that's about I got a masseuse.
Yeah,
That's about it for me.
he calls himself a chiropractor, but that man is not just a chiropractor. That's part of what he does. That man do a whole lot.
Yeah,
But yeah, he's new on the list though. I mean, I've worked with him in the past because Dwight Freeney introduced me to him, but he's
mhm.
new on the list. Like I didn't work with him until this year consistently. You know, but you know, the people on my team from I mean, I got 3 people I see today. I got uh, another
So
person on Friday.
is that
Uh,
like cupping, dry needling? Is that acupuncture?
yeah, I do all of it. So, I mean, you know, pretty much I got a person that specializes in every single thing. So I see about 6 people a week, and some of them multiple times. And so essentially, I'm doing stuff every day. You know, multiple times a day. You know, I
Who are
mean,
you? Are you?
my
Are you? Who are you? LeBron James? You spending $1 million on your body a year?
last
Lord,
year, last year was like 340, 350, something like that. You know, this should be a little less because just be a little closer to where some people are at, but it's
right.
still going to be almost 3. You know, and I ain't making no. I mean, this year I played for peanuts. This year, you know.
The juice may not be worth the squeeze.
But you know what? I mean, I told myself though, like like I mean, if this is my last hurrah, and I thought we had a real shot, like it is what it is. Like I'm still making a profit. I ain't making a whole lot of money like I used to, but I ain't paying to play either, so
Right.
it's good enough. But going forward though, I don't know if it could be like this again. I don't know, but I will say though. my team has been with me for quite a few years, and the reason why I've had success late in my career is because I have a great group of people that work on me consistently. So, shout out to all the people out there who I work with. I know they probably ain't gonna see this, but if they did, if y'all watching this, know that I appreciate you. I know I can't do this without you. I
Right.
appreciate you.
Absolutely. The foundation is strong. Man, I mean, yeah, you say you can't do it again. Does that mean you can't do this situation with the Dolphins, or we talk about like you can't do
The
this
price point,
role that you're in? Oh,
the
price point.
price point, the price point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I don't
the
know if I
role,
could do this.
the role's
I
the
don't know if I
same.
can do this. Look, I don't know if I can do this role. At one point, Calais, I saw myself. They had me slide into a nose tackle. Like we were in a 3-4 Russia
You,
situation, and I was at the nose. I said, I'm not supposed to be here. I said, you wouldn't ask Ricky Jackson to be here. You wouldn't ask John Abram to be here. You wouldn't ask. I'm not going to say
yeah.
I'm high on the list, but I think I'm top 30 all time in sack leaders rates
Oh yeah,
as a
no, you
DN.
him.
I
Yeah, you
don't
him.
know. If they'd ever ask, a guy like that's like asking Von Miller to go play nose. Would he do it? Sure, but would you expect him to be successful? Like, are you being put in a position for success? That is the question. So when you
Yeah.
say will you
Although
come back next season, that's what I was asking.
I do think though that you are unique in your abilities, and if you really wanted to do it, you could. Now I will say that you proven on the edge that you that dude.
Right.
You got the most of anybody I played with. Like during the people I played during the era I played, you got the most, right? I mean, yeah, I don't think anybody. Well, I guess Julius Peppers, but besides, the older,
I'll say Jay Pep.
yeah,
You play with play on the opposite
and,
side
and
of probably my Mike Strahan, Freeney.
Yeah, well, Strahan's, I might have crossed. I don't know. He retired in '07, so I don't think we even played the same. Like, I came in '08, so nah. But Freeney, Abraham, and Julius Peppers, they're the only ones I know that have more than you. The
Yeah,
guys that played their amount of time.
yeah.
I
What
guess you
would you
could.
say? Vaughn, of course, and
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Vaughn
yeah,
does it. Vaughn has more than you.
of course. Vaughn is like 127 and a half. Oh
How much you
yeah.
got?
120.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my bad.
We're
Yeah,
right.
my
We're
bad.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're rolling. We're
Yeah.
rolling. I'm
My
also
little
missing one.
my, my little 109 and a half, I can't really relate to that 120. That's a different beast.
Man,
I'm trying to get to 110. Get to 110,
I was trying to get to
115.
130 this year. Honestly, I was like, I'm in revenge mode. I'm the best shape I've ever been. I'm normally play at 285 to 290. I'm 275, and now I'm a nose tackle. Wait, I'm the lightest I've ever been. Anyways, I said okay. I will have to learn. Oh, bro, I'll say there's not much that you haven't accomplished in this league at all. Let's talk about where I go for the Walter Payton Man of the Year. Like, where does that rank in your career accomplishments? Because I mean,
Ooh, okay.
I'm up for it again, and I'm like the work that I do, the work that I see others do. I'm never there for like, oh, look at what I'm doing. But this nod from the Walter Payton Man of the Year it feels like a heavy. I almost call it a burden. I'm like, now it feels like I have to raise what I'm doing. I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm not doing enough. When you look out, you see the Calais
Right?
Campbells. You see, whether it's Travis Kelsey or Demario Davis, Jason Kelsey. It's like everybody is always doing great work in their respective communities. For you, where does that accomplishment sort of lie in your
Yeah.
illustrious career
So
of accomplishments?
before I answer that one, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna just because I've never did anything to get an award. Right? You just want to help people. Just want to do good in the world. And we've been blessed with abundance, and so we go out to this world and we try to make sure that our presence is felt and we helping our community and showing love. With the resources God bless us with. And so like I feel like it's really cool that that there are so many people in the NFL who do really good things like that, and then almost when you look around, start realizing like, dang, these dudes, we really be doing a whole bunch of dope stuff, and it's inspiring. It's like, man, but it also makes me almost have that pressure, like, dang, I gotta do more, I
I got
gotta
to
do
do
better.
more.
Yeah,
Right.
especially winning the award. I felt like so much pressure. Like I was like, man, I gotta go out there and and live up to it, be worthy of it. And but then I realized too, it's like, man, just do what's in your heart, and you'll always be right. At the end of the day, if you do what's in your heart and you try to inspire the next generation, and you want just to spread love in this world, it'll always be enough. And so I had to remind myself, like, you ain't got to go out there and be Superman, just be yourself. But when it comes to the Ultimate Man of the Year, that's my favorite award I've won.
Really?
I mean, it is.
Gee. How
It
many
is.
times were you nominated?
So my third time being nominated is when I won it.
This is my third time being nominated. All right. I'm
Yes, sir.
just saying. I'm got good vibes. I mean, on your team, who is it? It's I think I saw this one. It was Alec Ingold.
Yeah. Which
Okay.
is crazy because he told me, that he was a rookie when I won the award, or maybe it was after his rookie year or whatever. And he was at the presentation, and he was like, "Man, that I inspired him to want to win it and want to do more in the community." And I was like, "Wow, that's pretty crazy." But I'm glad that I want to be an inspiration. And so like I love that. I love that there are guys coming to me after games and see the patch on my jersey. And like, man, I want to get that one day. And I love that. Because at the end of the
Absolutely.
day, if we're all trying to do good things that are worthy of that patch of the great Walter Payton, I think that the world will be a better place. And so I mean, we all got to do our part, but that's huge.
Right. Man, I mean, major. I mean, I feel like it's just like that. It's just a call. It's like not even a call to action. It's like a challenge to do better. Like, oh, you're doing good? Yeah. Well, these other guys doing good. You're like, damn, I got to step my game up. I thought I was serving my community. Okay. I was like, I like what they're doing. Let me see if I can incorporate some of that. But man, yeah, that it's a huge honor even to be nominated. So I couldn't imagine what it feels like, living that life.
Yeah,
Um,
you worthy though, my brother. You are worthy. You've been worthy in the past, and you're worthy now. And I hope you do win it. We'll see. When it all comes down to it, though. But I'm rooting for you, bro. I think you deserve it.
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate it a lot. I'll say pivoting towards, we play Green Bay in Green Bay on Monday Night Football. I'm not getting stalled out. I hate the cold. Like I don't even try and hide how much I hate the cold. It's 73 degrees today, and I got this thick ass sweater on. Like I'm not happy unless I'm hot, But you guys got to finish out the season. What do you got left? How many cold games you got left?
Two, 2 out of 3. It's gonna be freezing. We have Sunday night in Cleveland coming up in 2 weeks, and then the Jets. And the night games always like Monday night. How the night games are tough. We just played Thanksgiving against Green Bay in Green Bay, and boy, it was cold. It was cold, cold.
It looked
But
cold.
but I mean, we gladiators though. Over the years, you learn all the tricks. You ain't learn the tricks. I need to school you.
I've had one cold game in my life, Calais. Please school me. I put
Only
on
one cold
that,
game.
bro. I put on that warm skin or whatever. That didn't do a darn thing. We was in Cleveland. That wind ripped through my soul, bro. I was like, I'm a warrior. I'm a man. I walked out that thing and it whipped through my clothes and it shot through my back. And I was like, yo, I am not a man. I am a boy. I deserve hot chocolate and hot cocoa. I said, I don't like this, bro. Nick Chubb is a great dude. I remember I tackled him and I pressed off of his helmet. Like as he hit the ground, I was so mad that I was out there. I like pressed his head down, and he's nothing but a good dude. I like mushed his head into the snow. I was like, you deserve all of this.
Because I got to tackle you in this cold weather. You
No
got to do
doubt.
this.
I was pointing at Deshaun Watson pre-snap. I was like, we've texted before, whatever. I was trying to get him to the Saints some years back. And I'm pointing. I was like, you told me this was legendary. This isn't legendary. This is stupid. Like, I'm trash talking, and it's not making any sense. I'm like, you're dumb for signing here. You don't even like real football. You're one of those fat, slovenly, I can't play football, so I do it in the snow because this is where I belong. Like, not making any sense.
These young bucks don't know how good they got it though, because they're building domes and they're building a dome in Chicago. They're building a dome in Cleveland.
As they should.
Now Green Bay might be one. I don't know if they'll be able to do it. Green Bay and Buffalo might be 2 places that never have a dome.
Yeah, Buffalo's Buffalo thrives off of. Yeah, I don't have tickets to the game, but I drove up to the stadium to help shovel. Excuse you, what, sir? What are you doing shoveling snow? And if you're shoveling in the stadium, it doesn't need to be there. Bro, we played Cleveland again 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever it was. 2 years ago, my first snow game, cold game. It was -20 something with the windshield, and we were sitting there. And they mid game, they were like, "Hey, everybody in the upper bowl, come down to the lower bowl for heat purposes or something like that." I was like, "Excuse you, what?" I was like, "No." I said, even these crazy Middle Westerners know they shouldn't be here. But for you guys to finish out Jersey, the Jersey Jets, Jersey Giants, I'm not sure why this is a New York situation, but the Jersey Jets, that may or may not be cold. But yeah, you got Cleveland.
It can be cold. You never know. So if anything under 40 is cold to me. right? Now there's levels because you get to like 20, it's different than 40. 40s you can handle, but 20 it's a little different beast. It goes to the teens, we in trouble. If it's below the teens, like, hey man, it's a question: do you really like how much you really love football?
How much do you really love it? Why should I be questioning this? I should be saying your best 11 versus my best 11. I want to see you line up versus me lining up. I want to see your best athletes versus my best athlete. When it gets cold, bro, everybody's like, oh yeah, this is football. Well, yeah, back in the 70s when everybody was running a 4.9 or higher, and you thought somebody was fast at a 4.5. And that was all hand time because they didn't have electronic. No, we're in a better way, and we know it works. Now,
Man,
I can't.
I literally went to college at University of Miami over Michigan because you grew up in Arizona, so you didn't get the spirit. I played football in the cold weather in Colorado without heaters on the sideline, without hand warmers because we couldn't afford them.
No.
No jackets because they didn't have jackets.
You play out there. You are 6'9". That would have made me a hooper.
And I was cold at basketball too, but football is my heart. But I ain't gonna lie though. My last college game, it was a blizzard, and we went outside and practiced in the blizzard because my coach said nobody else is practicing. We'll always be out there. We gonna got an edge on everybody, and we all got sick. Everybody had the flu. He played the game, got whipped in the playoffs, got murdered by a team that should not beat us because everybody was sick. And I realized then, I was like, yeah. I mean, I'm tough. I can handle anything, but I prefer to play in this warm weather if I can.
100%. Bones break, I don't blink. Oh, orbital bone shatters. Oh well, I finished the game one-eyed. Ribs break, crack. I'm like, hey, that's part of the game. I can't breathe. I work this out on the sidelines. Fingers snap, whatever it is. Hey, club it up. We'll be fine. But this cold, sir, sir. So I'm a warrior 99% of the time. As long that 1% is as long as it's not 65 degrees and below, I won't complain. The moment it's 65%, 65 degrees outside, I'm like, what are we doing? Why are we out here? We should not be out here.
Oh, anything above 40, I'm good. Once it gets below 40, that's on the trouble.
65. I got the jacket. The last away game. I had the jacket on, and my teammates. Luckily, my teammates accept me for who I am now. Like we used to play Carolina at the end of the year, and I'd be the only one with the jacket on, and my teammates like, yeah, you soft. I said, bro.
Carolina gonna be like 45.
It's freezing. Freezing. 13 degrees more, and guess what? Water turns to ice. I don't need that. I don't need that in my life.
This is true.
I'm just simply saying. But all right. So out of the teams that you played with, you've now played with this the 15?
15.
Ooh. Do you have a favorite location to have been played at? Now you've seen all stadiums now from inside and out, home, away. What's the loudest stadium that you've been a part of?
The loudest stadium? Ooh, loud is kind of tough because circumstances matter, right?
Circumstances matter. That's why I left it out there.
In the regular season, it was the Seattle Seahawks. Because and we had that rivalry, during those times when they were Super Bowl worthy. Richard Sherman, all the boys, Marshawn Lynch, everybody was balling. Excuse me. That stadium used to go rock. They used to rock. Plus, they used to put the little crowd noise in until they instead of doing music, they do crowd noise until they cut it off it's supposed to cut it off. At least we know if they really cut it off. So it'll be loud. But in the playoffs, it was New Orleans. In the playoffs.
Some about the bird teams. I always seem to add a little bit more noise. And we won't say which bird teams, but this is Seattle Falcons. I'm just saying, it just seems like added help.
Yeah. But you weren't there yet. But that year in 2009, when the 2009 season, 2010, when you won the Super Bowl, man, that playoff game I played. But we scored the very first play of the game. Tim Hightower scores 80-yard touchdown. To the house. We thought we were about to beat the brakes off y'all. We went to Super Bowl the year before. We come back now. We thought we were about to beat the brakes off y'all. Man, boy, that was Bounty Gate too. That was the Bounty Gate situation too. They're not coming out that game. It was done.
Saints Nation, we get loud, and they bring generations worth of cheer with them. My great granddaddy took me to this game, and now I'm taking my grandkids to the game, and we're going, yeah.
I found out that week. I found out my mom was a Saints fan. I'm like, hold on, mama. I know you my whole life. My whole life I know you. You didn't want to come to no high school games because it was too cold outside, which I understand. I get it. It was cold. Yeah. It's Colorado. I, I understand, Mama, but and so I didn't even know she liked football. Now we playing the Saints, and she's like, "That's my team." She from Louisiana though, so I get it. She from
Okay.
Louisiana.
I was like, where's the connection? She just saw black and gold and was like, damn, that is a beautiful colorway. Like, okay, she's from Louisiana. I love that. Speaking of those teams, out of those teams, how would you assess Tua? This season, previous season, whatever. How would you assess Tua as a quarterback when healthy? He looks like he be spinning that thing.
Yeah, I like Tua a lot. Right, Tua is a great leader, a natural born leader. Like knows what to say, and has that confidence and swagger. Fun guy to be in the locker room around too. Like he just can shoot. He can shoot the hang out, just BS, and like have a good time, and all the other teams I've been a part of, I think Lamar was like that too a little bit, but besides, them two, I mean, the quarterbacks kind of like, they have like a bubble
Straight
around them, they
laced. Yeah.
hang,
Straight
they
laced.
hang, we hang, but it's a little different,
Right.
we don't really hang, yeah, now Tua cool, Tua real cool, and you want to see guy you just want to see win. Now, going on IR this year with the concussion stuff, like we talked a lot during that time. And I know people, worried about him, but he's a competitor. He's a warrior, and those. I mean, he has to be smarter and don't take, not necessarily hits and I mean, even if you lose a game, we fought a long battle here, my brother, so he can't be taking unnecessary hits. But I know he's a competitor and a warrior, and he wanted to be out there. And I think this season really hurt us putting him on IR because he was probably ready to go, after 2 weeks, we can have 2 weeks, but of course it is what it is. They put him on IR.
He took some major. He took that major hit to the top of the dome. And look, them concussions are nothing to play with.
But I mean, you just said you played through an orbital bone fracture,
but we're warriors. I don't see quarterbacks as warriors. I see quarterbacks as really, really good people. They live really, really good lives. They only get hit on Sundays. I'm like, hey, live your good life. You don't know this life. You don't they don't play through. We stand standing ovations for sprains. Like that's the closest thing to a basketball player is what we have. You're like, oh man, like he's got a sprained wrist and he's fighting through.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, your D tackle has broken 3 bones in his hand. He's working on a herniated disc in his back. He's got a level 1 hamstring and probably a grade 2.
Knows.
And nobody knows.
Say nothing.
So
don't say nothing. Don't put me in the injury report. Don't put nothing. I'm playing, so don't put me in the injury report.
They say something. The announcers say something like, "Oh, he's looking a little slower than he did last week." Yeah, he's fucked up. He's FUBAR right now. Like the fact that he's out here is through the grace of God alone.
That's it. But I will say though, the quarterback vision, you got to put that in your mind, like that they are the halves. No, I'm saying they're the halves, and we the have-nots, and we gotta go take what they got. Because they got the life easy and good. They up and living the high life, and I want it. And that's kind of my shit.
And I want it. And I literally hit him, and I look at him. I'm like, I want to hit you again. Like I hate that I can't hit you anywhere. I have to know where to hit you now.
Oh,
I don't want to hurt you, but I want to harm you.
I want you to feel pain.
I want you to know what I feel daily because you don't feel anything unless it's Sunday. High processing level, they've got to take the whole field, and I get that. They got all these things they got to think about. But in terms of physical prowess, they don't have that. They live free.
And they're the reason why we make the money we make. I get it. Hey, sell the jerseys, sell the tickets. Help us to live the life we want to live. But I like killing you. I want to pain on you.
I love it,
and it sucks because the last 8-9 years, you can't really touch them no more, man. I think I got so many roughing the passer penalties, and I've been trying not to even really touch them.
Hit him and throw up the hands. You're like, Pom, no, that was good, right? That was good. I didn't really hit him that hard. I swear. I hate you. Sorry.
I get referees like that's a good job. I'm like, I let up all the way. That's a good job.
I almost pulled my hamstring trying not to land on him.
But I was in the era where back in the day where you could really demolish quarterbacks, and I try to tell these young guys about the era. Like, go back and watch some clips. I suplexed Brett Favre one time.
Right.
Like
the big decleat, and all they heard was, "You played against Green Bay, Brett Favre." Jets.
It was the Vikings. It was the Vikings Brett Favre. I definitely played against Brett Favre, but I suplexed Brett Favre, and I did get a fine. I did get a fine for that though. It's only because he complained. But I used to be able to kill quarterbacks.
Facts.
Used to be able to kill them, and I miss those days, man. I miss them.
You always going to, but this is the day and age we live in. We're warriors that have thrived and seen a lot. You've got a couple years on me, so like I just imagine. You came in 2008, I came in 2011.
Let me blow your mind real quick with something. Bruce Smith played 19 seasons in the NFL.
Yeah.
19 seasons.
200
His
sacks.
combined 200 sacks. His combined revenue, combined earnings in the NFL, $70 million.
But that was also in like the 70s and 80s.
It was 90s. He came in the league in the early 80s.
Which
80s
isn't
and
too
90s.
far from the 70s.
He played in 2000. I think he played 2001. I think he retired. 2001, I think he retired.
He played 19 seasons. He spans decades.
He ain't that old.
Okay.
He ain't that old.
Right. And
crazy.
He probably made most of his money at the end of it.
True. This is true. Yeah, this is true.
Right. After the 90s, when they fought back and had the lockout and did everything they were supposed to do to help us get paid, for sure.
Yeah, but it's just crazy to me because, guys getting, $70 million signing bonuses now, It's crazy to me. 19 seasons, $70 million. And, my man, Namdi Matabike,
Woo!
big bag.
Break the bank.
Josh Hines Allen, big bag. These my little brothers. I love to see them get paid. And I'm like, bro, this off the backs of the guys that came before you, but it's also because we can't hit quarterbacks no more. So I know you want to kill quarterbacks, but
ask for their permission before you lay them down. Now, yeah.
Tackle them nicely, and then go catch that big bag you're getting.
Be a true East Coaster. Talk to me nice. Tackle them nice. But yeah, that's just a transition of the game. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up so you can get on and hang out with the kids and the fam. I appreciate you tapping in, big bro. It's always gonna be love. Maybe you do play another year. Maybe I play another 3 years. We'll see what happens.
We'll see,
but that's for another podcast episode. This episode is over. I appreciate you tuning in with Off the Edge. Your host, Cam Jordan, and my big bro, my dog, Calais Campbell. Peace.